Hello, Potato, and welcome to Weekend Magic for June the 8th, 2024. So the biggest thing that has come out this week is that Lowe's has released at least some of their new Haunted Mansion merchandise, online at least. I saw pictures earlier in the week that the stuff had been announced. I didn't realize that it had actually been released. Some of it's available to order through the Lowe's website as I record this. Now, a lot of it is stuff from last year. We have the inflatable Leota tombstone again and the caretaker, but we also have, I don't know if it's a new version or if it's the same as last year's, but we do have the talking Leota tombstone. So it's another chance for me to fail completely to get a hold of that. I had no luck finding that last year. I ended up using a non-talking one that I got at Spirit. But yeah, that's available again for $100. So again, I'm not sure if it's the exact same one as last year, or if it's a new version. I don't care. It is kind of my, the one thing I've seen so far that I do definitely want. They've also released a new inflatable, a 5.5-foot version of the gargoyles from the stretching room. I'm not into the inflatable stuff. I didn't get the inflatables last year. I'm not going to get this one either. But if you're into inflatables, it's there. We have a new animatronic. The groundskeeper from last year is available again, but they also now have the headless knight from the graveyard scene is available for another $300. I'm not 100% sure what he does. I haven't looked any videos or anything to see what he does. I'm assuming maybe he sings. His eyes probably change color. I do think it looks fairly decent, but I mean, you have to store those things somewhere, and storing tombstones is hard enough. Storing 5-foot, 6-foot tall animatronics, that's a lot. And then they have a couple, or at least have one new tombstone. They have a Master Gracie laid to rest tombstone, but I'm pretty sure I got one like that last year from Spirit. Now, at least last year, the Lowe's tombstones were better. They look about the same, look almost identical to each other as far as the Lowe's versions and the Spirit versions, at least the ones that had Lowe's and Spirit versions. But the Lowe's versions were weighted, as were the Spirit versions needed to be staked into the ground. They had stakes attached to the bottom and had to be driven right into the ground. And depending on where you are and what the weather's like for you in October, like say here in California, where October is just a continuation of the summer for the most part, driving plastic stakes into the ground can be very difficult and can frequently result in broken plastic stakes. But yeah, I need to double check to make sure I don't already have a Master Gracie tombstone, because it's $50 and I'm sure it'll be nice, but if I already have a Master Gracie, I don't need another Master Gracie. Although that's it, I'm pretty sure I have Madame Leota, but I do want the talking Madame Leota, but I probably won't get it. We'll try though, we'll try. Like I said, I don't think any of this stuff's available in stores this year, at least not yet, but I mean, it is only June. I would expect maybe next month or August to start seeing these things funnel into stores. Of course, Spirit opens its flagship store in July and starts opening its normal stores in August. Or did they open the flagship this month and started opening the normal stores last year? I have to go back and watch last year's videos. But we are getting on towards Haunted Mansion season, which is a good thing. I guess the one good thing about Christmas stuff being in stores in September now is that we get Halloween starting in the middle of summer. Of course, the other big thing over the last week is the subject of today's video, and that is that Disney has released yet another chapter of Lorcana. This one called Ursula's Return, which is funny because I'm pretty sure Ursula was in the first chapter of Lorcana. Has she canonically, does she get destroyed at some point? I suppose if I actually learned to play this game that I keep buying cards for, that might answer that question for me. But apparently Ursula went somewhere. I know for certain Flotsam and Jetsam were in chapter 1 or 2. I think chapter 1. So I think Ursula was there as well, but I mean, I could be wrong. Memory is fallible. But naturally, being as it's been less than a year, it's been what, 9 months. They released Lorcana chapter 1 on the Friday before Labor Day weekend last year. Was it the Friday? Maybe the Thursday? I think it was the Friday. I remember though, because it was day 1 of SAC Anime, and that is Labor Day weekend. So it's not even been a full year, and we've released now a 4th set of Lorcana cards. And I want to say this one didn't seem like it sold out as fast. I had no problem getting my order in. Now, I didn't order the playmats. I think last time the playmats were what held me up. But I had no problem getting in. Kind of a weird experience with shopdisney.com. I first got in queue on a computer, and then once I was in queue there, I got in queue on my phone as well, just in case there was complication on one, maybe I could finish on the other. My wife also got into the queue. Now weirdly, I got in the queue on the computer first, but I got through the queue on my phone first and I had all my stuff done and ordered before either my computer self or my wife were able to get to the front of the queue. It's very weird. Obviously, where you get in queue is not when you get in queue, because my phone was, I think, the last of the 3 things to go in line, and yet was the first to make it to the front. They pull from the back first? I don't know. But it seemed like even that night, and I think the next day on Saturday last week, everything was still available. So I don't know if they've rushed too much of the stuff out too fast and they burnt people out. They had more available. I don't know what the deal is. But we do know that Disney does have a nasty habit. ShopDisney.com, formerly Disney Store. No, it is DisneyStore.com. I'm going to get that wrong forever. DisneyStore.com has the same issue that ShopDisney.com had, which is to say that it does frequently run things into the ground, like the keys. Remember the keys? Remember how big the keys were? Like 2018, 2019, 2020? Just key after key after key after key. Blind box keys. And then I think that killed it, is the blind box keys. And since they've only had like 3 or 4 keys, I think, since they shut the Disney stores down, and they've all been like special edition ones. The key thing seems to have well and truly burnt out, which is fine because we have like an entire storage tote of just Disney keys because they released so many, and we didn't even get all of them. And we have a ton of them. So maybe this can be the same thing with Lorcana. Maybe they're just burning people out by just releasing so much so fast. It's been like 9 months. They've released 4 chapters, 3 expansions to the original game. The last 2 both adding in, I think, fairly big elements. Last time we added in lands, and this time we add in a single-player game. But let's look at what we got. We did get, I think, some of everything. The first thing we actually got was the booster packs. Yes, I got another box, 24 boosters, and just like last time, we're not going to open them in this video. I'm going to put them aside with the Chapter 1 and Chapter 3 boosters, and we'll open them eventually. I have never had a chance to get the second one, Rise of the Floodborn. I've never seen a box of the Rise of the Floodborn, and I've almost never seen Floodborn boosters in shops. Like, I occasionally will still see Chapter 1 stuff, I'll see Chapter 3 stuff, but for some reason Chapter 2, Floodborn, like, just never. I've seen decks, but the boosters, like, are just never in my area at the very least. But you can see from the booster box here, yep, we are focusing on Ursula. This series is called Ursula's Return. Again, I didn't know she went anywhere. But yeah, you can see here we have Ariel in her best Aquaman crossplay. We have I don't remember the dragon's name. It's from Raya. I really actually enjoyed that movie. Raya and the Last Dragon's a fun little movie. I don't remember the dragon's name though. And we have Hercules. We have the guy, we're not supposed to talk about Bruno, but we sure do see a lot of him. Got Mirabel and Anna trying to look very much like a badass. They actually put these up for pre-order, I think a week or 2 weeks before the release. I actually had pre-ordered this, although they were available the day of as well. I pre-ordered this and it actually came first. It came a couple days before everything else in this video, presumably because I had already paid for it as of the 31st when these all actually officially released. Yeah, I'm not doing anything with that today. Put that aside. We will eventually, I promise, I swear, do videos where we open up the booster packs. Because yeah, we do now have 3 full display boxes of booster packs that I haven't opened. What we will look at today, though, are the new decks. We have Sapphire and Steel, which is badass Anna and Hercules. I don't get how they choose these decks, because I want to feel like some of the earlier ones were like a villain and a hero, and this time it's all heroes. It's Captain Crunch, oops, all heroes. There's words back here, right? There's words back here. Stand together. Heroes from across the realm seek to test their mettle in Thebes. Clever Sapphire glimmers like Anna, true-hearted, make their most of every opportunity. While powerful Steel glimmers like Hercules, beloved hero, stand strong in a challenge. When this team uses their brains and brawn together, the reward will be even more lore. Of course, decks come with the deck, and the fun thing is they each come with a booster pack still. So we'll have some boosters to open, even though we're not opening this guy. And also, there's always 2 decks. There's a master and an apprentice, always 2. We have the Amber and Amethyst deck, Mirabel and Bruno. The doors of Casa Madrigal are open to all glimmers, and there is much to learn. From Mirabel Madrigal, gift of the family, to Bruno Madrigal, out of the shadows, every Madrigal has a unique gift. The true miracle, however, comes when they work together, both as a family and as part of your team of Amber and Amethyst glimmers. So there's our 2 new decks. I don't quite get the barcode stickers they put on these, but whatever. These came from DisneyStore.com. And last time I was actually really happy with the last one we got, the Illumineer's Trove, so I was very glad to get this Illumineer's Trove as well. It's a box. It's going to come with some special like place to store your cards in, with some nice artwork on it. But of course the fun part is that it comes with 8 booster packs, giving us 10 booster packs to open here, which is quite a lot of booster packs. Comes with the dice, which I recall being smaller than I thought they would be. That gives us 2 sets of dice now, so we each have our own set of dice for whatever they're for. We still, of course, have not actually learned to play the game almost a year and 4 chapters into buying way too much of it. We have not actually learned to play it. But you know, that's where the last thing actually can come in really handy. And I think, honestly, they didn't do a gift set this time. If you remember the last, at least couple, the first one and the third one, I don't know if the second one did or not, had gift packs that came with, no, the second and third ones we got gift packs of. The first one I think we never got the gift pack of. Had the gift packs with the oversized cards and some boosters, and mostly to get them for the boosters because boosters were really hard to find. But this time, instead of a gift pack, or at least as far as I can tell, instead of a gift pack, we have a cooperative game. We have a sort of expansion, sort of, Illumineer's Quest, Deep Trouble, which is pretty cool because it can be played alone or team up with a friend together to defeat Ursula. So it's a cooperative instead of versus, which is kind of cool. But also, you have a self-contained game here, as far as I can tell. So in the box, you're going to get 1 oversized Ursula card. That's kind of the main reason we got it, is for that oversized Ursula, to go with our other oversized cards from the previous gift packs. You get an Ursula scenario deck of 50 cards. You get 2 60-card decks. So those are starter decks, which, I mean, looking at the pictures here, they're going to largely be characters we saw in the first 3 chapters. So I don't really expect to see anything new in there, but that makes this good for starting. This was, I think, $40, $45, and you get 2 decks. You get the Ursula deck. You get 2 oversized battle cards, or battleground cards, lands cards, which I think our gift pack had last time. The Deep Trouble playmat, which I'm guessing will be paper, but that's fine. An Ursula draw token, 3 lore tracker tokens, we have those in the other ones as well. 29 damage counters, which will probably be cardboard, as they have been up to now. A secret victory card, and the Deep Trouble rule sheet. So if you're trying to get somebody addicted to cardboard crack, that is trading card games, this is a great way to get them what they need to get started, because this gives them a game they can play on their own with a friend or sibling or spouse, and it gives them essentially starter decks. I'm assuming the decks that come in here will be something you could use to play competitively as well as cooperatively, but I don't know. Seeing as I still don't know how to play it, I won't know even by looking, but we'll look at them all the same. So yeah, this is gonna be a long video. It's already been a long video. It's gonna be quite a long video, but let's get started. So let's go on down there, because we're going to look at some cards, and the cards will all be down there because they're small. So let us start at the start with the decks. We'll start off with our Amber and Amethyst deck. And so last time that I'd opened these differently than last time I think I just cut the bottoms off. But still previous I figured out how to open the bottom or something. I don't feel how that's possible, honestly. I think, well, maybe we can do this way. All right, we're in, sort of. Now, of course, I do try to keep these somewhat in order. so my wife can look through them as well. Nope, that's not working at all. Oh, is it because that's why. Because it's folded in there. I mean, it seems like the box was designed so it could just be opened, but it really wasn't. So here's our booster. We got the dragon. I should look up the name of the dragon. Actually, I don't need to look up the name of the dragon because I'm sure it'll be on one of the cards and it'll say what her name is. So we have our playmat, we have our instructions. I'll actually leave these out again because I don't remember what the rarities are on these. And of course, I mean, if you're going to sit here and watch somebody open a bunch of cards, you probably care about rarity. Here's our rarity key. I'm going to leave that out for myself over here off camera, but know that when I talk about rarities, I'm consulting it. And there are, there's some damage counters and lore trackers and then you have to punch out. We're not going to look at those. Those appear to be the same stuff they were in the last 3 series. So yeah, we have a booster. We'll put that over there. Actually, we'll put that with the deck box so we keep them straight. And let's check out our Ursula's Return Amber and Amethyst Madrigal themed deck. Open it up. I think, was it in the boosters they put the foils on the bottom, and in the decks they put the foils right on top. I mean, it's not a surprise. I think, at least in the earlier ones, there was a list of exactly what cards came in it on the side of the package. It doesn't appear to be that way anymore. But I mean, you know who your 2 main cards are going to be. It's going to be Mirabel and Bruno. So yeah, we've got foil Mirabel and foil Bruno. And they are, I mean, ultimately they should be common because they come on every one of the decks, but she's a super rare and he is just a rare. Nice, shiny, good artwork. They've made Bruno look a little evil, but I think that's kind of the way he looks in the film since, of course, we are misled as to who he is all along. So I'm guessing, there's going to be a lot of Encanto in this deck. We have Augustine Madrigal, Clumsy Dad. We have Ariel, not a Madrigal at all. Singing Mermaid, she is rare. Felix Madrigal, fun-loving family man. We got 1, 2 of him. Julieta Madrigal, excellent cook. Leader of the band, Mickey. That's not something, I like the art on that. Looks a little CG-ish. Looks a little like House of Mouse to me. I think that was a CG one, wasn't it? But still, not bad. Classic Mickey. Sebastian, court composer. Mirabel Madrigal, prophecy finder. Got like 3 of those. Rolly. Now, of course, we had a bunch of 101 Dalmatians ones the last time, but I don't believe Rolly was one of them. So I guess we'll add his pudgy little self in there. He's a hungry pup. He's also uncommon. Prince Eric. Guess can't have Ariel without having Prince Eric in there, right? Seafaring Prince. Stitch, alien dancer. Gotta have Stitch everywhere. And it's Stitch. Stitch is adorable. Heal what has been hurt. Action. The song is that? No, it's Tangled. I was going to say, is that Wish? But no, that is clearly Rapunzel there. All right. Healing Glow, also Rapunzel, because that is definitely her hair again. Don't freak out, Rapunzel. Of course, also the fact there's a quote from Rapunzel on the card is a bit of a hint. Look at this family. Action, song. Sing together 7. Any number of your teammates' characters with a total cost of 7 or more. Was that ink? May ink to sing to the song for free. All right. Again, that would make more sense if I actually played it. Lost in the Woods, action song, got a couple of those. Antonio Madrigal, animal expert. Once upon a time, there was a casita in the mountains with a very special family. So yeah, looks like most of the Madrigals at least are going to be here. And of course, the most famous Madrigal of all, Elsa. Queen Regent. I never knew what I was capable of. She's a villain. I'm sorry. You're not going to change her mind on that. She's a monster. Camilo Madrigal, prankster. Okay. Dolores Madrigal, easy listener. She's the Madrigal the whole office can agree on. Hey Hey, persistent presence. He's back. When this character is banished in a challenge, return this card to your hand. Power, beauty, Hey Hey. Isabella Madrigal, the golden child. Only get one of those. Luisa Madrigal, magically strong one. You need a couple of her just because she's strong. Marshmallow. So there seems to be a fair amount of Frozen in this deck, despite the fact that Anna is like one of the cover characters in the other deck. Marshmallow, terrifying snowman. Got a couple, 3 of him. Peppa Madrigal, Weathermaker. She looks cheerful. When you play this character, you may exert chosen opposing character. That feels like a very weirdly phrased sentence. When you play this character, you may exert chosen opposing character like this. Like should be I don't know, there's a word missing there. That character can't be ready at the start of the next turn unless they're at a location. The Queen, hateful rival. One of the best villains always. I mean, one of the most popular, like standard, I don't know best, but one of those standard Disney villains. TikTok, ever-present pursuer. He's going to be banned. Poor Unfortunate Souls, action song. I mean, that makes sense. I guess it makes sense there to be some Little Mermaid stuff and all this since it's Ursula's return. And then we have some lands. We have Casa Madrigal, and Casa Madrigal. So yeah, that is our Amber and Amethyst deck. So yeah, lots of Madrigals. We had lots of puppies, I think, last time. Lots of Madrigals this time. And let's check out our other deck. We have a lot to open here. Let's get this deck open. All right, so what booster did we get this time? This time we got another dragon. All right, well, put you over there. I actually kind of expected her to be in one of the decks so that I would stop having to call her just dragon, but also not have to go and actually look her up. All right, and here is our Sapphire and Steel deck, not to be confused with the 1970s British adventure show starring Patsy. All right. We can get this out of the wrapper. There we go. So, of course, our foils are Anna, true-hearted, and Hercules, beloved hero. Anna is a super rare, and Hercules is a rare, much like the cards from the last one, Mirabel and Bruno. How do I only call him Bruce? I also call him Bruce. Bruce is the shark. Bruce is not a Madrigal. All right, and our non-shiny cards, we have Anna, Braving the Storm. Basil of Baker Street, always nice to see him. An unappreciated movie from the 90s? Is that 80s or 90s? It's gotta be 90s because it has CGI in it. It's gotta be early 90s. Aurora, Regal Princess. I was gonna say Royal Princess, it's Regal Princess. Got 3 of those. Aurora, Tranquil Princess. Well, so far, for a deck with Hercules and Anna, we have a lot of Sleeping Beauty. Transformed Chef, Castle Stove. Some Beauty and the Beast fun there. Flounder, Collector's Companion. Pascal, Inquisitive Pet. Prince Philip, Gallant Defender. I always forget that he actually has a name. He's not just Prince Charming. Mickey Mouse, Detective. And we got back that steampunk aspect we've been getting on some of these for him, and like Minnie and Tinkerbell have all had steampunk treatments on some of these. Rapunzel, Appreciative Artist. Sisu. I think like Sui. Sisu, Western. Good, man, we know her name. I will probably forget it before the end of the video and call her Dragon again, but it's Sisu. Wise Friend. And you get 2 of those. Dig a little deeper. Action song. That appears to be from Princess and the Frog. That appears to be Mama Odie up there. Seldom All They Seem. Action song. That would be Sleeping Beauty. Aladdin, Resolute Swordsman. Swordsman. It does say swordsman. I just read it wrong. Ariel, Determined Mermaid. Kida, Royal Warrior from Atlantis. Kind of surprised they don't put her on the front of a deck. I think, I know that movie wasn't super popular, but I feel like she was reasonably popular as a character. Li Shang, Imperial Captain. You get a lot of Mulan in these two. Ling, Imperial Soldier. Mickey Mouse, Standard Bearer. Stand strong when you play this character. Chosen character gains Challenger +2 this turn. He sets the standard for intrepid adventurers everywhere. Surely there is a foil version of this card somewhere. That's a little too epic, Mickey, to not have a foil variant. Robin Hood, Beloved Outlaw. I have a Robin Hood figure I need to open and look at. I think it's the only one from the second series of the Super 7 Disney Ultimates that I bought and haven't actually looked at yet. It's been sitting here for literally months. It actually was a show of a couple of Series 3 ones I ordered have come in too. I need to look at those too. I just haven't gotten around to it. Haven't felt like it. Philoctete Phil. Yeah, it's Phil. Oh, what's his name though? Phil. No Nonsense Instructor. One Last Hope. Action song. Got some more snow here with Smash and Action. Smash. Imperial Bow item. Honestly, I think I like the Madrigal deck better. This one just isn't doing much for me compared to the other one. And then our lands, our Thebes, the Big Olive. You know, like the Big Apple, but the Big Olive. Let's put them on camera instead of up here. You can't see them up here. You can see them down here. All right. Yeah, this honestly, and maybe it's just because I don't know if it's because I've never really been into Hercules, or maybe it's because most of this deck doesn't really seem to actually be frozen in Hercules. But yeah, that just didn't do much for me. Let's take a look at the Illumineer's Trove. That'll be a quick one to look at. We'll open the boosters at the very, very end. But I feel like we're going to take a minute to look at the Illumineer's Quest. So let's look at the box here, because the box is pretty. Of course, the box comes in another box to protect the box. In case this box gets damaged, that box will stay nice and minty fresh. Ooh, this box actually collapses. That's nice. I'd be easier to throw it away that way. I assume we are going to throw that away. In fact, I'm going to throw it away right now. So inside the box, we have our 8 boosters. Ursula, Sisu, and Aquaman cosplay Ariel. So we got 3 Ursulas there, 4 Ursulas there, 2 Sisus, and no, 3 Sisus, and 1 Ariel. Yeah, that's 8. All right. So I'll put those to the side. And we have here our little mini dice. It's nice now we actually have 2 sets of these, so we can each have our own enough to share it. And we also each have now one of these little damage counter things, because we got one in the last Trove as well. And then these are just the little dividers. So if you put your collected cards in here, and you can sort them out by their types, which I don't remember the types are. Oh, these are by rarity. I think last time, I think in the last series, they were like the sapphire and the steel, and this time they're actually sorted by rarity. Because I don't remember what all the symbols are. I mean, I think that's enchanted, legendary, super rare, rare, uncommon, and common. So that's interesting. I'm pretty sure that last time they were sorted by type and not rarity. So that's an interesting choice. And we have artwork on the box. That's a very nice rendering of Beast. That would make an awesome playmat. I would buy that playmat. Ursula, nice artwork. Mulan, fighting the shadows, it looks like. And then Flotsam and Jetsam, what's on the bottom? Last time it was a land and I couldn't identify it. This time it is also a land. That is... I mean, there's Flotsam and Jetsam there, so I feel like that must be Little Mermaid, but I want to say the characters look more like Treasure Planet or maybe Atlantis. I mean, it could be crossed over. I mean, after all, this whole thing is them crossing the streams, right? And then our cover, we have basically some of the actually the art from the booster packs. It's a little thin of a box, same as last time, but it's nice. If you want to have something like Lorcana branded to keep your cards in, you could certainly do worse than the Illumineer's Trove. And again, you get a whole bunch of boosters, which I think kind of makes the value of the purchase. Even if the box isn't like the world's sturdiest, nicest, bestest possible box, it does come with 8 booster packs, and these are like $5 or $6 a piece. So that does pretty much pay for the whole thing. Plus you get the little dice, you get the damage counter, which again, now that we have 2 of them, we have 2 damage counters, it'll work out. When we actually do get around to playing, we each have our own little damage spinner. So we have a lot of Sisu boosters. We have what, 5 Sisus total? 5 Sisus, 4 Ursulas, and 1 lonely Ariel. But before we get to the boosters, let's check out. Ooh, let's not do that. Let's check out the Illumineer's quest. So yeah, again, I think this is a good way to start off if you're just starting with chapter 4. I feel like this would be a great way just to learn how to play. All right, let me open this. They really do not make these easy to open. I mean, I get it. Because if you're in Target or your Walmart is one that still doesn't have like 95% of its merchandise wrapped up behind glass cases, it would definitely be easy to normally rip these things open, but yeah, not with this, it wouldn't. This was not easy to open at all. Certainly not without destroying the box. So we have our decks. We have 3 decks in here. We have our oversized cards. We have our damage counters, and I'm not going to pull those out. We've all seen those before. Or if you haven't, go back and watch the earlier videos. So Ursula's playmat is just a paper playmat. It's not like one of the nice ones. But it tells you what you need to know. Ready, all of Ursula's cards. So yeah, you get to play as Ursula on this as well. I mean, I guess that's oh, so this is just Ursula's playmat. So you still, do we have, is this a normal playmat? No, this is the instructions. So here's the instructions for playing the Illumineer's quest. Here, if you want to pause it and try to read those, you are welcome to do so. I am absolutely not going to do that. I know it's probably not all on the screen, and also you can, I'm sure, just go look these up on their website. So yeah, so it's actually Ursula's playmat. It's playmat for Ursula. We have a special. Only the victor shall unseal this packet and claim the prize within, and this treasure becomes property, or the treasure becomes property of Sea Witch Ursula for all eternity. I suspect. I'm not going to open it, because you know what? Why? But I suspect strongly it is probably going to be the normal size version. Actually, we'll look at the decks, and then I will decide whether or not I want to open it. Because, you know, maybe I want to save it until we actually play it ourselves. All right, we're going to rip this. I was going to try to like peel it open like I do the booster packs, but it's just not going to work. So there's our oversized cards. I feel like what's going to be in that envelope here is going to be the normal size. Well, that worked fantastically. Is going to be the normal version of that. Ursula, ruler of Lorcana. Her back is so. Is Ursula's deck different? It is. Ursula's deck is, I guess, so you can't mix it up. I'm guessing it's not compatible with the normal, like, 2-player mode. So Ursula's deck actually has different cards. That's going to be interesting. We'll save that to last. I think that's going to be interesting. We have a big, oversized, shiny Ursula. We have an oversized of the Lair. And an oversized of the Encounter. And those two are both battlegrounds, or what I've been calling lands. I think battlegrounds is probably the correct term, since that's what it says on it. Now, we do get a couple other foil cards in here. Per the box, we should have, I think, a foil Yen Sid and I think a foil Mickey in these. But maybe, if these are like the other starter decks, we should actually get 2 foils in each. So it's going to be 4 foils. But yeah, I feel like that's going to be... I don't know. I feel like that's going to be the Ursula card. But given that the Ursula has a different back on it, I don't know. All right, this is an opening. There we go. Even though I couldn't make... It's the same kind of packing on the other decks, but I couldn't get my finger under the paper to peel up. All right. So here is one of our decks. So not the same deck. We can see that. Here's one of our decks for Ursula's return, the Illumineer's Quest. So we get a foil Yen Sid. Okay, so... All right. Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey. Mickey Mouse Playful Sorcerer. I don't remember if we got... If there's a version of this in the other... I don't remember if... I don't think we have a Yen Sid. But I feel like there was a Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey in the early ones. Might be a different one, though. So I'm wondering, because it looked like from the box, these were going to be some cards that we'd already seen in the other series, but maybe not. Yeah, they are. Because I think the 4 here indicates these are from Chapter 4, as Elsa has a 1 on her, indicating I think she's from the original release, although obviously a new printing. We have Elsa Snow Queen, Elsa Storm Chaser. So I guess you get to fight with your sibling or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever over who gets to play the Yen Sid Mickey deck and who gets to play like Piglet and, I don't know, Pooh? If it's Honey Wizard Pooh, though, that could be pretty cool. I do still want to get the Honey Wizard Pooh playmat, but I haven't seen like, any of the playmats since. We did get... I think the Moana one was the only one we've ever like seen in the wild. Not to go with another. We found one at, I think, Target, and we found one at Sac Anime. I don't know which is which. Magic Broom, the Dancing Duster, also Sorcerer's Apprentice. Okay, this is like a Sorcerer Apprentice heavy deck. This is probably like my deck. Magic Broom, Swift Cleaner, Magic Broom, Bucket Brigade. Get a lot of those. Magic Broom, Illuminary Keeper. You have all the brooms. Magic Broom, Lively Sweeper. Clean like no one's watching. Mickey Mouse, Wayward Sorcerer. Now, we've definitely seen that one before. Yeah, that's like a Chapter 1 Mickey. Peppa Madrigal. Well, we've seen her very recently, haven't we? Second Star to the right, Action Song, also from Series 4. So I don't think so probably get that in a booster pack. Friends on the Other Side, Action Song, looks to be from Chapter 1. I think that's what these mean. Sorcerer's Hat is from Chapter 3, and that's an item. I think that's a rare, right? Yeah, it's a rare. Triton's Trident from Chapter 4, so that's a new... I thought we had Triton's Trident before. Maybe it's a different version of it. Ursula's Cauldron from Chapter 1. Beast Hard-Headed, also supposed to be Chapter 1. Benja, Guardian of the Dragon Gem from Chapter 2. I think that was one of the first... I think Chapter 2 is where we first had any Raya stuff. Lythos, Rock Titan from Chapter 3. I think I remember I don't know if we got the Rock Titan, though. I remember we had like 2 or 3 different Titans, though. Magic Broom, Aerial Cleaner. Magic Broom, Brigade Commander. I want brooms. I have a couple. I have the one that came with my Toy Box Mickey and the one that came with my Super 7 Mickey, but I wouldn't mind some more of them, especially like, if they ever make action figures of these, I will buy this action figure. Because, you know, they made that free-to-play app game. They made action figures for them. I did buy one. I bought Inger. We have Pyros, the Lava Titan. I think we already had him. Magical Broom, the industrial model. Appears to be a robot broom. Could you just look at little blind boxes of the Lorcana brooms. I would buy that. I would buy blind box Lorcana brooms. Raya, Unstoppable Force. One Last Hope, which is a song. Charge, which is an action. With her riding her pillbug armadillo thing. The Mob Song. Let the Storm Rage On. The cold never bothered me anyway. Smash, we saw that. That's the chapter 1, but I think we saw that in the deck, didn't we? I think we saw that in the Anna deck. Pick a Fight. Oh, I think is that our first Wreck-It Ralph? I think it's our first Wreck-It Ralph. I want a Wreck-It Ralph based deck. Love Wreck-It Ralph. Didn't care for the message in it. I don't like the don't try to make your situation better message of Wreck-It Ralph, but I really enjoyed the movie otherwise. And he says it's from 2. I don't, maybe we never, Floodborne was one we never got a lot of boosters of, so maybe we just missed out on it. We never got him. Strength of a Raging Fire. It's also kind of cool since, I really haven't seen Floodborne boosters available to get some of those Chapter 2 cards that we never saw. And looks like finally Mouse Armor, also seemingly from Chapter 2. So yeah, this is definitely, of all the decks, this is, well, we now have 10 decks counting these two. This is my favorite. I mean, unless this one like just totally blows me away. I think Yensid and Sorcerer Mickey there, Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey, are definitely my starter deck of choice. And you're looking at it, I mean, again, not knowing if there's any particular difference in balancing, but it didn't look like it contained anything particularly different than the other decks. Although actually I noticed no Battlegrounds. But they only added Battlegrounds in on Chapter 3, so that still kind of makes sense. Alright, for our other Illumineer's Quest deck, we have Piglet and Mulan. Yes, of course. That famous pair, Piglet and Mulan. Piglet, Pooh Pirate Captain. That sounds wrong. Mulan, Elite Archer. And they are both with Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. So Mulan's a new one. And Piglet is an older one, which I do think we may already have. Maybe not in foil, but I think we do have it. Alright, looking at the deck, we have Cobra Bubbles, just a social worker. Hades, Lord of the Underworld. So I feel like we're going to have a much less themed deck this time. Hey Hey, Boat Snack. I remember him from Chapter 1. Mulan, Free Spirit from Chapter 2. Minnie Mouse, Musketeer Champion from this new series. Rapunzel, Sunshine from Chapter 2. A lot of Rapunzels. I think it's a movie that's kind of a little underrated. But clearly she's well represented in Lorcana. Rolly the Hungry Pup. We just saw him in one of the other decks. Tinkerbell, Generous Fairy from Part 3. Bruno's Return, which is a new one. So I feel like though, looking through these decks, we're going to see a lot more duplicates in our booster packs than we normally would this early on. Lost in the Woods, we saw that in one of the decks as well. Dinglehopper, that was from the first chapter. Lantern, also from the first chapter. Goofy Super Goof. Okay, that's a cool new one. I like that. It's not quite as cool as Super Grover, but never underestimate the power of a goof. Does he actually appear that way, like in one of the Goofy movies or something? Or is this like a Lorcana specific thing? Hercules, Clumsy Kid, Chapter 4 looks like. Khan, Beloved Steed, also a new one. Lumiere, Fiery Friend, also a new one, and a rare, which means we'll probably get like 5 more of him. Maui the Whale. Yeah, I remember the different Maui forms in Chapter 3. Mulan, Enemy of Entanglement. So she's battling entanglement there. I thought that was like shadows. That is entanglement. Makes much more sense. Wouldn't want to be ink. Mulan, Injured Soldier. I mean, I guess the Mulan stuff does go in with the fact that Mulan's one of the foils, but yeah, definitely not as themed a deck as the other one. Namari, Heir of Fang. That's actually Raya. But there's also a new card. Namari was like the villain in Raya, right? Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't seen them, but the movie's been on like Disney Plus for 5 years. Pegasus, Flying Steed, another new one. Scar, Fiery... Okay, that's... If that Scar had appeared that way in the movie, that would have been terrifying. Consumed by the flames of ambition, Scar, Fiery Usurper. That's from the first chapter? I didn't see that. We never got that one. Or if we do, it's in the box of boosters we've never opened. Taka, the Burning One, also from chapter 1. I think I remember it being a Tafidi. I don't think we had Taka back then. Dragonfire, also from chapter 1. I still like the art on that card. That looks very much like something from the actual film. Medallion Waits is a new one. It's an item. Ooh. And looks like the last thing is the Vitalosphere, which is another new one, and is an item. What is the Vitalosphere from? I have no idea what that's from. Oh well, either it'll become clear as we look through the rest of the stuff, or maybe hopefully somebody will tell me in the comments. So those are the player decks for the Illumineer's Quest. Oops, put you over there. So yeah, definitely the Yen Sid and Sorcerer Mickey is definitely my favorite deck of all of the decks for Lorcana that we've looked at to date. For the first 4 chapters, 10 decks in, this is definitely my deck of choice. But now, the interesting thing is that there is a non-player deck here. And I mean, it makes sense to make the cards be different because then you won't get them mixed up, because I'm guessing you specifically need these cards to play this game. So I'm wondering if there will be battlegrounds in this, and that's why there aren't any in those starter decks. But yeah, looking at them again, nothing on those leaps out to me as like, oh, you couldn't just play normally with that. So I feel like when we actually get around to learning to play this properly, I am probably gonna make Mickey and Yen Sid there my starter deck of choice. All right, so this one should be interesting because it's all... Yeah, see, they all have a different logo on the bottom. I guess even so, looking at the front, you can't confuse them. They don't have the rarity logo. They just have like the lore tracker logo on them. So what do we have here? We have the Hexwell Crown, Ursula's Contract. I think we'll probably see a lot less duplication of these. I say as I flip over to 3 of the same card, so never mind. No foils, though. No foils. Ursula's Stolen Trident. Should make sense. Why would you need foils in a deck card that you can't use for actual playing? Anna, Ensnared Sisner. Ah, royalty. So pretty, so naive, so utterly impressionable. Ursula. Only characters with evasive can challenge this character. Bruno Madrigal, Unspeakable Seer. His particular talents have already come in quite handy. Captain Hook, Devious Duelist. I like the art on these. Look at that. That is a fantastic Captain, well, more of a Captain Stab. It's not really a hook, but that is that's fantastic art. I love that art on that. Flotsam, Wicked Defender. Gaston, Egotistical. So it looks like they're all kind of under the influence of Ursula in these cards. Because again, they're all like super possessed looking, which makes it even funnier that the next one is Hey Hey Peckish Pal. It's evil Hey Hey. He doesn't know why he's here, neither does Ursula. We have evil Hey Hey. Can't hate evil Hey Hey. Hercules, Manipulated Hero. Jafar, Double-Crossing Vizier. Jetsam, Wicked Whisperer. Oh, look at that! Mad Hatter, Sinister Host. That is a thing of beauty. I love the artwork on Ursula's cards. They are, I mean, just like uniformly some of the most impressive ones. Magica Dispel, Shadowy Sorceress. Minnie Mouse, Wide-Eyed Diver. The first and best of my entangled glimmers. Prince Eric, Grim Groom. Shark, Toothy Terror. See, that shouldn't that have been Bruce? I guess because we haven't done like any Pixar in here yet, have we? So That's probably why it's specifically just a shark and not Bruce. Tamatoa, the grabby crab. But he's shiny. How can you not like him? Triton's daughter, discordant chorus. And I love the artwork on these. Get a lot of those. Capsize. Is that Hook Ship? I think that's Hook Ship. Choppy Waters. Makes sense they all would be water focused. Crushing Wave. Entangling Magic. Fortunate Hit. Lash Out. Lightning Storm. Riptide. Tentacle Swipe. Tsunami, that's a pretty cool looking one. That's definitely not hooks though, is that? What is that boat? Why? It's going over a desert because is this Treasure Planet? No, that wouldn't have sails on it then. But that's definitely a camel. Banish all opposing characters. You don't want Ursula to draw that one, I don't think. Typhoon. Is it Eric Ship maybe? And Whirlpool. So yeah, the card in here has to be that Ursula. Let's open it. I'm going to spoil this for all of you and for myself. But I mean, God, if we wait till I actually play this, I mean, the card could biodegrade. So yeah, we're going to open. It'll become Ursula's for all time, I'm guessing, but we're going to open it. So, well, it's definitely got a normal card back on it. So it's certainly not exactly the same as the giant one, because the giant one had the Ursula deck back on it. Let's see, what is the super secret reward card? It is half Hexwell Crown. You'd think they'd put an enchanted in there, given that it's only in this, but instead they just gave us a rare half Hexwell Crown. Ian 5. Oh, hello. 5. Oh, these all say Q1 on them. What does the 5 mean? Is that like a preview card for the next chapter then? Or have I totally been misunderstanding what those numbers are? I feel like the latter there is absolutely possible and probable. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with the Ursula's return here. And wow. We're already like an hour in and I still have 10 booster packs to open. So let's get on with those. Let's talk less and open more. We'll start off with our Amber and Amethyst boosters. This is the one that came with the Madrigal deck. So yeah, so we had 2 out of the 4 decks for this release. We had 2, I think, really well themed ones. The Madrigal deck was really well themed with Madrigals, and the Ursula deck with Yensid and Mickey was definitely well themed for Sorcerer's Apprentice. And then we had the much more scattershot Piglet and Mulan deck and Anna and Hercules decks. Those ones don't feel anywhere near as coherent or cohesive as the other 2 decks, which is a weird choice on, I'm not going to say Disney, so I guess Ravensburger, that's the name of them. It only says it right there on the packet. It's a weird choice on the part of Ravensburger. If I remember correctly, the foils on these are the last cards. So interestingly, so the first 2 series, each pack came with a little mini poster to build of one of Mickey and one of Mickey. But in part 3, we had a card explaining how the battlegrounds worked. So I'm interested to see if these ones have a card that's in all of them or what, or if they just have done away with that. So starting out, we have the Battleground of Atlantica. So yeah, these all say 4 on them. So I guess maybe that is like a preview of the next series. We have the Training Grounds, Casa Madrigal, Hidden Ink Caster, which is an item. Anna, Braving the Storm. Argus, the Cyclops. That's kind of cool. Avalanche. Oh, and these have all been uncommons, right? Oh, the lands were commons. Uncommon, A Pirate's Life. Uncommon, Mulan, Armored Fighter. We have rare Isabella Madrigal. Of course, we have her in the deck. Golden Child. Minnie Mouse Musketeer Champion, who we also have in the deck, but she is a super rare. And then our foil is Seldom All They Seem, which is just a common, but it is a foil, so that's nice. And then looks like the poster is back. Maybe a bigger poster, because that doesn't look like it's a corner. I think the other ones are all just 4 pieces. This one looks like it's going to maybe be 6 or 9. It's definitely the picture on the back of the box. Yeah, that looks like... I mean, the outfit definitely doesn't look right, but that looks like the wand, like the staff from Atlantis. Or alternately, like some weird version of Loki's staff, which I hope doesn't mean it's not like a hint that they're going to be adding in Marvel characters. I don't know how I'd feel about that, honestly. But so yeah, our foil on that one's just a common. Nothing spectacular. And I think a fair number of cards we already saw in the decks. Put that back in the packet so my wife can look at it. Get the fun of opening it. So this was our Sisu pack from the less well-themed Anna and Hercules deck. Yeah, I'm a little torn about the special Ursula card there. Because one, first of all, there's no normal-sized Ursula card to match the oversized. But also, that doesn't seem like that great of a prize. I don't know. I was expecting something, I don't know, nicer. I mean, it's still cool. All right, so another part of our puzzle. So yeah, it definitely is at least a 6-piece puzzle. Put that over there. And our cards this time are Make the Potion, which is a common. Battleground Winter Camp, which is a common. Treasure Planet, maybe. Stitch, Alien Dancer, common. Raya, Guardian of the Dragon Gem, common. Jetsam, Ursula's Baby, common. Magic Broom, Aerial Cleaner, common. Hey Hey, Bumbling Rooster, uncommon. Daisy Duck, Lovely Lady, uncommon. Nice one. Marshmallow, Terrifying Snowman, uncommon. Mystical Rose, rare. Tuk Tuk, rare. And our foil is a full version of the Medallion Weights from one of the decks, and that is an uncommon. So nothing spectacular came in with the decks. So I don't know if that's just that means that Sisu cards are all going to be a little or what. I guess might as well. Let's finish Sisu. Let's do the other 3 Sisu packs. And Sisu, what's in them? It is Sisu, right? It's not Sisu. I'm pretty sure it's Sisu. I would ruin the Sisu what's in them joke if it's supposed to be pronounced Sisu, and just would make me sound even more ignorant, I think, than when I called her dragon. All right, so we got lots. That feels like, I think this is a 9-piece, because that has no border on it. So I'm thinking that must, yeah, that's the center, because it matches to that one. We'll put them all on camera at the end. Daisy Duck, Musketeer Spy. They should do like a series, like a, a Lorcana series on Disney+. Li Shang, General Sun, common. Magic Room, Lively Sweeper, common. Seen lots of those. Diablo, Maleficent Spy, common. Seldom All They Seem, common. Fortisphere, I think that must tie into that other sphere thing. That is also common. Is there any hint? I still don't know what it's from. Is that a Hercules thing? Maybe it's a Hercules thing. I don't think so, though. It doesn't seem like Hercules. Beast, Wounded. That's some of the art from the treasure trove, or the Illumineer's trove there. And that is an uncommon. Uncommon, Triton, Young Prince. Oh, it's from the prequel. Mob Song, uncommon, was one of the decks. The Underworld Battleground, or Location, The River Styx. That is a rare. Rare True-Hearted Non-Foil Anna. Sorry, that is super rare non-foil Anna. And our foil is Scuttle. Uncommon Scuttle, expert on humans. I am so far 3 boosters in, not super impressed with our boosters. Of course, I've also been doing this for an hour, and that might have something to do with it. Because, you know, it gets warm in here. It's summer now, and it gets warm with the lights on in here. Had to be closed up, so, you know, other noises don't get in. Our puzzle piece is... At least we haven't got a duplicate puzzle piece, so that's got to go there. Interesting. And I like it better than having, you know, 10 of the how lands work cards like we had last time around. Max, Loyal Sheepdog, common. Injured Soldier Mulan, common. Casa Madrigal, common. Make the Potion, common. Winter Camp Medical Tent, common. Standard Bearer Mickey Mouse, common. Still like the artwork on that one though. I do want to see a foil of that. Lost in the Woods, uncommon. Mulan, Enemy of Entanglement, uncommon. Olaf, Carrot Enthusiast, uncommon. That's cute artwork on there. Shift, discard an item. You may discard an item card to play this on top of one of your characters named Olaf. Oh, there's a few Olafs to choose from, so that makes sense. Imperial Proclamation is a rare. By order of the Emperor, one man from every family must serve in the Imperial Army, Chifu. John Silver from Treasure Planet is a rare. Terror of the Realm. Nice artwork there. Never really much cared for that movie, but nice artwork. And our foil is Bruno Madrigal, Undetected Uncle. And he is a super rare. All right. That is definitely our best foil outside of the decks that we've gotten yet. Evasive. Only characters evasive can challenge this character. Nice artwork. He does look possessed in that one, which is, I think, sets it apart a bit from our other Brunos. I think all the other Brunos have like those, like either glowing red or glowing green eyes, depending on, I think, whether or not he's entangled by Ursula or not. All right, and our last Sisu pack, last of 5 Sisus. Let's get them out into the light of day. And our first duplicate poster piece, that's bound to happen. Mirabel Madrigal, Prophecy Finder, common. Brawl, Action, common. Poor Unfortunate Souls, Song, common. Pegasus, Gift for Hercules, common. That's a cute one. Winter Camp again, common. Very common apparently, because we've got a bunch of those. Beast, Thick-Skinned, common. The Beast cards all have like really nice artwork, don't they? Magical Maid, Feather Duster, uncommon. The Mob Song, uncommon, not that uncommon. We've gotten a lot of those too. The uncommon version of Medallion Waits. The Wall, Border Fortress. I think that's a new one. Obviously, Mulan, it's the Great Wall of China. While you have an exerted character here, your other locations can't be challenged, and that's rare. Isabella Madrigal, Golden Child, is also rare, and our foil is Mirabel Madrigal, Gift of the Family. Is that the same Mirabel? It is. So the deck one's not even like unique, because she comes, I mean, she is a super rare, but she comes in the deck. I mean, I guess not everybody's going to buy the decks, right? People already have a deck, may just buy boosters to boost up their deck. And I suppose nothing in the decks should be specific to just the decks, right? Except for the, of course, the Ursula deck there, because it's only for Ursula. Speaking of Ursula, let's start Ursula's Return. Ursula boosters. We have 4 of those to open. Yeah, I mean, if you've watched through this whole hour to get to this point, hey, thank you. Thank you for watching. I could use the watch time. If realistically you just skipped ahead, you probably didn't really miss all that much, unless, you know, you want to go back and watch me look through the decks. They're cards, but they're not as mischoice. I mean, you know what's in the decks if you look. And our puzzle piece is another duplicate. And our cards are Pluto, Rescue Dog, Hercules, Clumsy Kid, common, Pico, Helpful Toucan, common, Megara, Captivating Cynic. I feel like the face is more of the movie art style, but the rest of the body is a little, I don't know, a little less angular than I thought. Than I always remember the movie for being. I haven't watched that movie in years. Fa Li, Mulan's mother, common. Obviously common, Mickey Mouse Standard Bearer, Julieta Madrigal, Excellent Cook. Li Shang, Valorous General, is an uncommon. Sisu, Wise Friend, uncommon. RLS Legacies Canon, that's pretty cool. Obviously Treasure Planet, that is a rare. So help me, I'll use this ship's cannons to blast ya all to kingdom come. John Silver. Ursula's Lair, Eye of the Storm, which is a rare. Ursula's Plan is our foil. Only an uncommon, but I don't think we've had this one yet. It's got 2 Ursulas. Each opponent chooses and exerts one of their characters. These characters can't ready at the start of the next turn. With both the crown and the trident together, we would be unstoppable. I would like more rare foils. I would really like to see, because we got that one last time. The first one we got for 3 series, we got that one enchanted card last time, which was really cool. I think it was even a good card, or like a card that I liked. I mean, they're all, I guess depending on your play style, they're all going to be like useful cards, right? Depends on how you play. All right, opening up. Ursula, number 2. Knocking the camera over. Making anybody watching this fairly nauseous. All right. So we only have kind of 4 booster packs left. But it's all good. I was hoping we'd finish the puzzle because we're running out of. Yeah, we need 4 more cards to finish the... No, we don't. We need 5 more cards to finish the puzzle. We're not going to finish the puzzle. But we've got another new piece we didn't have. Then we have Pluto, Rescue Dog, common, Hercules, Clumsy Kid, common, Pico, Helpful Toucan, common, Megara, Captivating Psychic, common. Oh, I think this booster is just entirely duplicates. Fa Li, common. Oh, here's a new one. Chinpo, Imperial Soldier, a common, but not one we've seen a bunch of yet. So that's cool. Mickey Mouse, Leader of the Band, uncommon. Flotsam and Jetsam, Entangling Eels, uncommon. I don't know if we've seen this one or not. We've seen a lot of Flotsams and Jetsams over the run of Lorcana. Megara, Liberated One, uncommon. We've seen her yet. Cricky, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Lucky Cricket, which is a rare. Of course, Mulan, I'm sure. I don't remember the cricket having a name, but it must be. Diablo, Devoted Herald. That is a legendary, and that is a really cool looking one. And I remember last time I didn't remember who Diablo was, but yeah, I mean, it was fairly clear looking at the cards who Diablo was. But that's a really nice one. That's our first legendary I think we've seen out of any of the boosters. And it's pretty cool. So given that means our foil must have something pretty impressive, right? No, it's Pico, Helpful Tycoon. We got a Pico in this pack, didn't we? We did. We got 2 Picos. And yeah, one's foil. We got 2 of the same bleeding card. But that legendary is nice. I like that legendary Diablo. Nice artwork on that one. And again, I think our first legendary. I mean, there may be legendaries in the decks, but I'm not too concerned with what the rarity status of deck cards are, because they're deck cards. Every deck's the same. Only the boosters offer variety, mystery, that kind of blind box gambling mystery crate feeling that you get. All right, and our puzzle piece is Ursula's face. So is this the art? No, this isn't the artwork from the big card. Is it? That's not the artwork from the big card, right? That's the artwork from one of the boxes or something, isn't it? It's not. Oh no, well, it sort of is. It definitely is up there, but yeah, I think the people in the foreground, I mean, I feel like the weaponry looks either Treasure Planet or Atlantis. But yeah. And no, it's not the same people from the bottom of this. I thought maybe they just could combine the two. But no, it is a different artwork there. But it is the same Ursula. But it's not exactly the same Ursula. Like it cuts off down here. Speaking of Ursula, we have Ursula. Vanessa is a common, but we haven't seen that one yet. The Vitalisphere again, common. Rose Lantern, common. Don't think we have one of those though. Hidden Cove, location, common. Olaf, Trusting Companion, common. I don't think we've had one of those yet, so I think that's a new one. Triton's Decree, action, common. Antonio Madrigal, Animal Expert, uncommon. Ursula's Trickery, uncommon. How dare you double-cross me, Ursula shouted, lunging at the other glimmer. Julieta Madrigal, Excellent Cook, uncommon. Rare Hera, Queen of the Gods. Super rare Pete, Born to Cheat. Ah, good old Pete. And finally, our foil is Li Shang, Imperial Captain, who... No. I feel like we have had Li Shang and something else, but it wasn't a foil, so it's still only uncommon. But I don't think we had a foil Li Shang in anything else. So that's good. Getting a duplicate of the common from one of the decks is kind of a letdown. Of course, getting two of the same card in the same booster pack is also kind of let down, especially when it's Pico and not somebody cool. Like if it were Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey kind of a thing, that I would think was cool. But yeah, Pico, not so much. Our puzzle piece, second last puzzle piece, is another duplicate. So we're definitely not finishing the puzzle today, but when we get on doing the video, we'll of the booster packs, we'll definitely in there finish that puzzle. Augustine Magical, Clumsy Dad, common. The Plank, common. It's a once of a lifetime view. Magic Room, Illuminary Keeper, common. The Fates, Only One Eye, common. That's a nice one. Ice Block, uncommon, another new one for us. Frozen ink can be harvested and processed to many useful ends. Thebes, the Big Olive, we have plenty of that in the deck. Ursula, Mad Sea Witch, uncommon. Pretty cool looking. Makes sense to see a lot of Ursula in the Ursula's Return expansion. Pegasus, Cloud Racer, uncommon. Felix Magical, Fun-Loving Family Man, uncommon. Mystical Rose, as a rare. I think we had one of these in one of the decks. Tuk Tuk, Lively Partners, rare. I think we had a different Tuk Tuk, right? Or is it the same Tuk Tuk? I don't remember. I've already forgotten. It's been like 5 minutes and I've forgotten. And our foil is Fa Zhao, Mulan's father. Common, but I don't think we've actually seen him yet, so I am ready to serve the Emperor. See, I mean, he's only a common, but I don't think we'd seen him. And that does finish our Ursula boosters, which leaves us just one more booster. One more to finish off this video, this hour-and-a-half feature-length video. We have our final Ursula's Return booster featuring Aquaman cosplaying Ariel on the front. Have we seen that card yet? I don't think we've seen that card. All right, let's see what our last puzzle piece is. Will it start that last row, or are we just gonna end it there? Oh no, it does go in the last row. So we're just missing. You can't see that because it's off camera. We're just missing what goes. That didn't slide over well at all, did it? We're just missing these two. So yeah, that's our. So that's. I definitely like that better than just a bunch of the same cards saying how lands work. So that's. I feel like we need to find a poster frame to put these in, mount them in, and find a wall space to put on. But let's look at our last booster. Last booster has Cogsworth, Majordomo, common, but I think one we haven't seen yet. Tong, Survivor, common. Nice. TikTok, Ever-Present Pursuer, common, we've seen him. Gunther, Interior Designer, common. Interesting. Hans, Noble Scoundrel, common. At least we're getting a lot of new stuff from this one. Except for this one. Aladdin, Resolute Swordsman, common. Donald Duck, Musketeer Soldier, uncommon. More Medallion Waits, uncommon. Flounder, Collector's Companion, common, uncommon. Playful Sorcerer Mickey Mouse. So this is the same one from the Ursula deck, but not the foil version of it. And that is a rare. Miracle Candle, rare, so that would be the one from the Madrigals. We have the little plastic light-up version of this. It's actually really cute. And our foil, our final foil, the last card of this video is a foil version of Atlantica. Just a common, but one we haven't had. I don't think we've even had the Atlantica card, have we? All right. Well, that was a lot. Let's put the camera back up and say some very, very brief last words. So there we have it. There we have the bounty of our fourth Lorcanaganza, Ursula's Return, Chapter 4 of Lorcana. And yeah, I mean, overall, I think they've kept the same level of standard up. I am actually quite impressed with the Illumineer's quest. I definitely would recommend that as a great starting point for anybody you want to get into the game, or anybody who wants to get into the game. That gives you like literally everything you need to start playing. No boosters like you get in the other starter decks, but it gives you everything you need for two people to play cooperatively, for you to play by yourself, and it gives you this awesome deck themed after Sorcerer's Apprentice, which is like the best Mickey Mouse thing ever. Definitely my favorite deck. Out of the 10 decks we have for this game, definitely my favorite. But yeah, somewhere down the road, we do have now, we're going to have 3 videos coming up at some point, hopefully before the end of the year. I mean, it's June now, so I kind of didn't think I'd go this long without doing the first one, but I haven't. At some point, we'll do some videos where we open up these booster trays. We have one for Chapter 1, Chapter 3, and Chapter 4. I suppose if I find one available for Chapter 2 at some point, like if DisneyStore.com puts one up, I'll grab one and we'll do a video on that at some point as well. But that is a good look, I think, at a lot of what's available for the new Lorcana add-on. Again, just came out just over a week ago as of this recording, as of this video posting. And hopefully you can find it in your local shop if that's what you want to do. But I definitely encourage, if you want to start somewhere, if you feel like, 4 sections in, you're not sure where to start, I feel like you could definitely do a lot worse than starting with the Illumineer's Quest box. I am actually well impressed with that. And while I do kind of miss there being the gift box, I do think this actually is a much more functional, useful, as far as anything in a trading card game can be useful, replacement for it. But I'm tired now. Tired and hot, and I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you did, go ahead, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment, have you been collecting Disney Lorcana? Have you played it? Is it fun? What do you think? What has your favorite release been so far? Which of the chapters has been your favorite? And what do you think? How far do you think we're going to go with this before this goes the way of like all those trading card games from the 90s that, like X-Files and Yu Yu Hakusho, that was early 2000s, but you know what I mean. Those 90s, 2000s card games that no longer exist, and only thing left standing was Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Magic. Will this be like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Magic and still be around in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? Or is this going to be like the X-Files trading card game and people will be like, Disney what? Let me know what you think in the comments. But I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.